a round of applause for that. Like I said, there were so many people that participated in that recovery process. Again, that's been one of them. Really all the local public safety teams, our fire departments, our utility crews, really throughout the state and other states that came in to help. There's so many people that we can thank, and I'm just so appreciative for the leadership that Joe and so many others show through that. Thank you to the Chamber for having us here again. It's always a great event. I'm here to talk about the state of Jonesboro. And I can tell you that Jonesboro is in the strongest position it's ever been in, so we're very proud of that. We've got strong finances, we've got a strong elected board, we've got strong staff leadership, the best we've ever had, and we've got hundreds of staff and volunteers throughout our community whose efforts make Jonesboro such a wonderful town. I want to take a minute to pay tribute to somebody that impacted Jonesboro for many, many decades, and that was the late Jimmy Dale Smith. He was a former mayor of Jonesboro. Passed away March 15th. But he and many others had a vision decades ago to do something that other small towns at that time didn't do. And that was for Jonesboro to monetize something that nobody could ever take away from us, and that was our history. And that's led to what you see today, utilizing tourism to attract revenue. But Jimmy Dale Smith, he had a vision, and others, start the International Storytelling Festival there in Jonesboro. You mentioned the sporting goods industry that I spent decades in. I used to travel all over the southeast and go into many, many small towns, and you can see all the mills and furniture manufacturers who closed. In so many towns, they didn't adapt like Jonesboro did. They dried up and went away. And all those jobs were overseas. Hopefully we're reversing that here soon. But thank you to Jimmy Dale Smith and all the ones that served before us. It's a pleasure to follow in their footsteps. I want to take a chance to talk about the quality of work that we've got. We've got a great crew here at our table, led by Alderman Terry Countermine. Terry Countermine, I don't know how many years he's been on the board there in Jonesboro, but it's decades as well, probably 20, 25 plus years. Does a great job for the town. He volunteers his time for the library and many other causes, the Storytelling Center. So thank you, Terry, for being here today. And Glenn Rosenoff served as our town administrator. We're very fortunate to have somebody with his experience and his judgment. Also, Janet Jennings came in and took over a tough situation in our finance department and our town recorder. Stabilized that, and I tell you, we couldn't ask for a better one. And probably the reason why financially we're as strong as we are today is because of Janet's work. Looking forward to going through the budget process with you here in a couple more months. And our first director of human resources, Michelle Stewart, is here. We just kept growing and growing and growing, and next thing you know, we're up there to 150 plus employees. We're like, we better start thinking about human resources. And really fortunate to get Michelle on board. And my good friend Craig Ford, known him my entire life, and he's our operations manager in Jonesboro. But if anything has gotten done in Jonesboro recently, Craig has probably had his hands in it. He's a man that can figure out a solution to any problem. So he does a great job for our public safety team. He's been a long time in law enforcement, so appreciative of Craig. And then something I can talk about here in a minute is our Jackson Theater. And I asked Amber Crumley to come today because she's our operations manager for this very important facility. Amber's been with the town a long time and been successful in every position we've placed her in. And there's probably not a more important position now than the Jackson Theater for the town of Jonesboro. So we're very fortunate to have Amber taking that over. So we are a small town, but we're very fortunate to have such strong leadership. Our elected officials, we're all volunteers. We've got to make a good judgment and hire the right people. And the town of Jonesboro right now has done that, and that's why we're in the position that we're in. So Jonesboro's in good hands. But being in good hands and being strong financially doesn't mean we don't have our challenges. Our first treasurer I get to talk about is our Jackson Theater. This was our ribbon cutting. When we started on this Jackson Theater, probably in 2015, we purchased the building. And we're going to build this theater, renovate it like John always does. And we're going to do it with inmates and cheap labor and whatever we could to make it happen. And when COVID hit, we kind of changed our plans, and we decided, well, we're going to have a mediocre theater, built piece by piece. We're going to turn it over to contractors and do it first class, and that's what we decided to do. We have put together a great facility, and we have a little show of hands. Who has attended anything at the Jackson Theater? All right, very good. Only about a third of you, so that means, Amber, we've got opportunities out there. When you start renovating theaters like this, they come with hidden challenges, especially when you're renovating an old structure like this. We did. We start peeling back the layers of that thing. It's just one challenge after another. But we have put together a theater here that we are very, very happy with. So make sure you come and attend. This was our grand opening. Alderman Kelly Wolf was mayor when we first purchased this building, and now he's the president of our Jackson board. We're going to be really instrumental in fundraising. Speaking of fundraising, I was thinking about Health being one of our first on board to donate to the Jackson Theater. I think the auditorium is the auditorium. So thank you about it. We've had success with plenty of performers in there. The best thing about this facility is multifaceted, multi-purpose facility. We can have music performances in there. We can have comedians. We can have events for like this to come in there. But it's also going to be where we can do theatrical shows. We're hoping to get the JRT group in there soon because they are so talented. But I'll just skip through some of these pictures of Glenn Rosenoff. It's a nice jacket. I want to see him wear that at our next meeting, maybe. Looking very sharp. We had the Clinch Valley, Ralph County second, the Clinch Mountain Boys came and sold out crowd. We had Rob Pikes and Trey Hensley there twice, both times sellout crowds. The sellout for that theater is about 300 people. One of the things I was most pleased with is one of the first events we had was showing of the movie Polar Express during Christmas. And it was going to be a fundraiser for the Chucky Depot. And we had that place full of kids coming to watch the Polar Express. They had giveaways for the kids. It was just a great fundraiser for an important facility there in Jonesboro for the Chucky Depot. But that's an example of some of the things that we can do there in Jonesboro. So that's right. Glasses up for the Jackson. Riders in the Sky was another strong performance for the town. I guess what I would say is just don't sleep on the Jackson. It's not just a movie theater. There's all kinds of things in there. If you want to watch some good classic movies, come in and come. We got a show in the movie Die Hard and fill the place up. Even during the holidays, when it's on about 12 times, I think, through the holiday season. We think the Jackson is going to be one of the final pieces of the puzzle for our downtown. Our downtown's been getting stronger and stronger for many years now. So we've got great multiple years downtown. But we feel like the Jackson's going to be that one thing that's going to bring the crowds down a little bit later. It's going to bring several hundred people a day, possibly to the downtown area. That's going to help our restaurants and our retailers downtown. So excited about the opportunity there. Appreciate Robert Howard, the John City Press. He came up and spoke to me briefly. He was there for an event we had about a week ago and said he was really surprised how spacious the Jackson was. So really, when you get in there, you'll be really shocked at how nice that facility turned out. And that's our staff at the Jackson with our board during our grand opening. So as you can see, there's Amber on the right. But really a great crew in there, and we're excited about some of the things that they will put together. We'll take this first year to learn what works and what doesn't, and the things that work, we'll take advantage of those and keep adding on. So excited about what we'll be doing there in the Jackson Theater. Now we'll move into community events, and really when you talk about Jonesboro, it's all about our community. It's really what got most We do work closely with the county, and one good example of this is the school project we had many years ago. But something that's continued later on in that project is, Tiger Park. And every time I go by there, I'm just more and more impressed with the features of that park. Our playgrounds around our school are second to none. The little kid there on the right, that's my son Charlie. He's only 13 months old, but he's able to go in there and use that facility. And it's really a great, safe place to take your kids. So excited about that collaboration with the county. All of the playgrounds have artificial turf below it as cushions, so it's be a much more safer area for our kids. It's for all ages and all abilities. So Tiger Park's going to benefit the county, the town, and the school system for decades. We added 8 pickleball courts in there. I think it started as tennis, and there wasn't just enough tennis in there, so everybody had to convert that to pickleball, and it stays busy all the time. Another good addition to the town of Jonesboro is Lincoln Park. I'll admit, when I was in Alderman, we probably started on this project about 10 years ago, and I was a little nervous about building a park that's going to cost us about $500,000. I think that's what our match was, around $250,000. And the state of Tennessee is pitching in a big amount there as well. But really, when it got finished, we thought, wow, that was money well invested. It's a beautiful facility. As you see, pickleball courts, shuffleball courts, really it's a great facility there for the community to use for picnics, an amphitheater for shows. First class all the way, we got an instructional building there where some of our seniors in the senior center next door can go up and learn about canning. We do grow all types of veggies and things there in Lincoln Park. So really a great facility and a great addition to Jonesboro. We started using it as a way to raise funds. And we don't normally like to copy people. We usually think people copy us, but we thought we was going to steal Johnson City's Christmas tree fundraiser there. So we threw some Christmas trees up this holiday there in Lincoln Park, and we got about 50 sponsors participating in that. We certainly appreciate all of those. So all kinds of things we can do at Lincoln Park. I want to talk about our public safety. Joe talked about how important they were during the hurricane, but they're really important to the town of Jonesboro every day. Our police department and our fire department, they work with our schools to educate kids on what they do. Our fire department, I think we've got 8 members of the fire department. We've got a town that's approaching 7,000, but we've got we help serve into a county where there's tens of thousands of more people out there, and we do that with 8 firemen. So really appreciative of what they do. Our public safety officers sometimes pitch in there. But we're at the point where Jonesboro's growing so much now. We've got to think about the future. Our little town of Jonesboro, only 5 square miles. But our fire department serves close to 50 square miles out to the county. And that's really beneficial to a lot of the county residents because that allows our property taxes to be much, much lower. And that's something the town of Jonesboro's been proud to do for many years, and looking forward to doing that many more years. This gives you an example of really a small town serving a big area. We had almost 700 fire calls in 2024, and over 400 of those were into the county. And for a mayor of Jonesboro, somebody who lives in the city lives in Jonesboro, that makes me nervous. Because when we respond to a fire out in the county, I somewhat am fearful that we are leaving ourselves exposed in the town of Jonesboro. Because with 400 fires in the county, it's once a day that they're going out to the county, maybe even twice a day, working wrecks or structure fires. So that's going to be a challenge for the town of Jonesboro going forward, is how can we protect our town while we help protect the county as well, because it's certainly beneficial to everyone when Jonesboro's able to do that. Our police department, Mr. Wynn was starting to shop with a cop. This last year was a shop with a cop and a firefighter, really helping the community out, and so many kids were beneficial recipients of so many Christmas gifts, and we appreciate all the donations like we help the traffic from the western part of the county, Greene County, flow through Jonesboro to get to Johnson City, because that's where they most likely are working, where they're going to school or where they're going to shop. So one thing that we're doing right now is going to be reworking an intersection near this one here. This is our main intersection in Jonesboro. But Tiger Way is just up the hill there. We see, or put the red light on it, or red tail lights are shining. We've worked on this for the red light there at Tiger Way, where the new Wendy's went in. It was probably approved 10 years ago. And it was approved before even the school was discussed. And we started working on this intersection when the school was being discussed. And it's taken us 5+ years to get the state to get the final design approved and allowed us to request bids. And I think that was that number right now. We got requested bids out there. So the intersection you see there in Jonesboro now where Wendy's is, it's all temporary. We threw that up as fast as we could 5 years ago, expected it to be a 6-month temporary thing, maybe a 1-year temporary thing. 1 year become 2 years, 2 years become 4 years. It's been 5, but now we're at the finish line now. So hopefully that intersection really helps traffic flow through there better. But I always like to say that when you've got people going to work from 7:30 to 8:30, and you got a school getting released with hundreds of parents dropping their kids off, and they all leave at the same time, we're just going to get backed up a little bit. But by 8:30, it's usually gone. So that's one of the challenges in Jonesboro is traffic. There's been some discussion about another new road to run from the school over to the Moose Creek Road. I think WJHL reported that as that was because of the school drop-off. And that really was. The school drop-off has worked great there at that school. Really excited about what the school system has done there. That new access road is something that's been in the talks for Jonesboro probably for 20 years. It's how can we get people from the western part of the county off of 11E and around the red lights better. And this one small road from the school over the Moose Creek Road is something that can help people who live out in the Silver Springs area, western part of Jonesboro. It'll allow them to come there on Skyline Drive and to shoot out of the Moose Creek Road, take a little pressure off of 11E. We'll not only reduce it, 1,000 or so cars, but every little bit's going to help. So looking forward to maybe getting that done here soon. Saw the first picture there. That was Starbucks. That's going to be located up here, Lowe's here soon. Under construction now, so excited about having Starbucks in town. I know we've got one in Food City, we've got one in Ingles, but these are going to be a corporately owned location and a drive-through, so looking forward to that. Talk about the Jackson Theater, what it can do for the county of Jonesboro. This is a good example. We'll have a new steakhouse. Troy, who owns the Americana Steakhouse up in Rome Mountain, is on board of opening the Jackson Prime. Beside the Jackson Theater, and we're expecting that to be open here in June. They're in our working now. They're excited about having a first-class steakhouse seafood place there in Jonesboro. So we put that together with the Jacksons, a pretty impressive group downtown. And I should say that it's not just the Jackson Prime and Wendy's that we've got in Jonesboro, but we've got, if you've not ate at the Opossum's Tail downtown on Fox Street, downtown, excellent food. Not only seat 20 or 25 people, but it's so good they're expanding their business to the left. So they'll be seeing more people soon, but great food. So check out the Opossum's Tail there in Jonesboro. The Main Street Cafe, the mainstay in Jonesboro for lunch. The best place you can get lunch. Buzzed Wings is Texas Burritos rebranded as Buzzed Wings, and they've been very successful so far. The best chicken tenders you can get. Excited about that. You always got TC Hills up on the hills, a great place to go visit. So Jonesboro downtown right now is pretty full of great entrepreneurs, so excited about that. And even more excited, we do all these things with one of the lowest property taxes anywhere in the region. As you can see, Jonesboro leads the way there at 96.6 cents. So less than $1 property tax rate in Jonesboro. How can we do that? Through great sales tax growth. It's grown tremendously over the last many years. Our December number of $273,000 was the largest collections we've ever had in the town of Jonesboro. So we We need that to continue with the economy. You never know, but very successful sales tax rate. But we only collect enough property tax to pay for our police and our fire. That's about it. Everything else we do in Jonesboro comes from sales tax growth, fees. When people talk about growth, we kind of got on front of that. Is that we knew it was going to cost us more to fix our streets and things like that because of growth. We started increasing our fees we charge developers and builders, and that's helped us bring in a lot of new revenue that helps us go out and do some other things. So we try to be creative. Some people say, hey, why don't you charge an impact tax when you, with all this growth? Well, we don't need to. We're charging the proper rates to these developers on the front end, and it's helped us be very profitable. I show this here too. I want to talk about the Washington County in the year 2000. Jonesboro's tax rate was $1.53 in the year 2000. Today, it's 96 cents. In the year 2000, Washington County was $1.93. Today, it's $1.71. So when people talk about our taxes being too high here, our government's here are really good stewards of our money. The combined tax rate now for Jonesboro and Washington County is $2.67. I don't know if there's any county around here that can get close to that, maybe one. But in 2000, the tax rate was $3.46. So our government's around here are doing something right. In Jonesboro, one of the reasons why we're as profitable as we are is because we do great events. It seems like there's a new one every 3 weeks. So really proud of the team we've got in our marketing department. I think you'll hear there's only 3 of them. They've gotten very, very successful. We hold an event, it fills the streets down there, and our merchants are benefiting from it. If you've not been to our events, come to them. Ours are Wesley Hall, Halloween Haunts and Happenings. That's always a jam-packed streets down there. We have that. Our Christmas parade, I don't think there's a better one around in the area because it's at nighttime. It's just beautiful. So maybe this Christmas you plan on coming and visit Jonesboro during the holiday season. Chocolate Fest is always a sweet time in Jonesboro. Come visit that. I'm going to let this video speak for itself about some of the stats for Jonesboro.
Rated $1 million in earned media value. This one's already widely covered in the media, helping to boost tourism, attract visitors, and enhance the town's reputation, all without directly spending that amount on advertising. Christmas in Old Jonesboro is another major success, drawing 37,000 visitors, with our event page traffic soaring from 7,024 views in 2024 to 11,554 in 2025. Our tourism efforts have expanded Jonesboro's reach far beyond our website page skyrocketed from 162,452 in 2023 to 238,706 in 2024, drawing visitors from across the United States and internationally, including Ireland, Germany, the UK, France, and Sweden. Our digital reach has never been stronger. Our social media platforms continue to expand our audience and showcase Jonesboro's unique charm to the world. Over the past year, our main Facebook pages saw 6.7 million content views and nearly 89,000 interactions. Our main Instagram pages reached approximately 604,000 accounts, generating more than 1 million impressions. Additionally, 54% of the people engaging with our content on Facebook weren't even following us, meaning consistently reaching and attracting new audiences. Our downtown camera has been viewed nearly 300,000 times, and our board of mayor and alderman meetings continue to gain traction, with each meeting consistently drawing over 100 viewers. None of this publicity and digital success would be possible without.
All right, we'll skip there for save some time. In closing, I want to say that our community here in Jonesboro, our future's bright. Today's challenges are tomorrow's successes. For Jonesboro, we will protect our quality of life, and we will lean forward into the future. So come visit our downtown, our merchants, and spend sales tax so we keep taxes low, okay? Thank you.